Hi, Mary. Hi, everybody. Oh, my goodness. What a start this has been. But anyways, I think we're on. You're watching Barb at Barb's Paper Pizzazz. And normally we'd be on at 4 o'clock on Thursday. But I had another activity that had to be taken care of. So we're doing it today at 2. So I'm glad you could join me. And today we're going to make this card, which is a Christmas card. And I've received a lot of comments on Facebook as a result of posting this yesterday. So I thought, well, maybe this would be a good thing for us to make today. So we're going to give it a try. The card itself is Christmas. It's thinking of you at Christmas. And on the inside, it shows the greetings of peace and happiness with happy holidays. The amazing thing about this is that the stamp that I use to make the wreath is not anywhere close to a wreath stamp. But I was going through all of my stamps yesterday, and I came across, or the other day, and I came across this stamp set.
Janice's.
Hi. Hi, everybody. This little leaf in the Rooted in Nature stamp is what I'm going to be using to make the wreath, amazingly enough. So it does look pretty good when it's finally done. And you can always make a case for taking a second look at your stamps and trying to see, is there something else of the images that you have that could serve as another opportunity for some new idea. Okay, so let's get going. I don't want to spend any more time. We're going to use the Rooted in Nature stamp set today. We are also going to include the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set that is available now in the Occasions Holiday Catalog. And we're going to put this together fairly quickly, okay? The other two items that we're going to be using is the framelets. The dies are from the Layering Circles dies, these two. And this one is from the Valentine dies. It's called Stitched Be Mine, and we're going to be able to utilize all three of those to make this really cute card today. The ink that we're using is Pear Pizzazz and Seaside Spray, along with the ink for the salutation or the greeting, which I've selected as Blueberry Bushel. I like something darker so people can see it. And the cardstock is also Pear Pizzazz, Seaside Spray, and Whisper White. Okay, so let's get going. And we're going to start by doing the card base. And the card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So that's pretty much your standard size, and I've used the Pear Pizzazz for that. So we're done with that. I'm not going to show you how to score. You probably already know that, okay? The next one is the liner. The liner I like to use. It just adds more detail to the card, and it makes it a little heavier, which gives it some substance. And so anyways, we're going to line this, and we're going to put that on. It measures 4 by 5 1/4. There will be a tutorial on here. I haven't had time to do it yet. So there you go. That's done. We're going to be stamping the front of the card now. This particular Whisper White piece measures 4 by 5 1/4. No, this is 3 3/4 by 5. And it's in the portrait position, not the landscape. So we're going to show you what we do with this. I'm going to take a Post-it note, and I'm going to take a 1.5 inch punch, and I'm going to punch the circle to be able to include part of the glue top of the Post-it note. And you'll see why I'm doing this in just a second. So here's the gluey part, and we're going to put that kind of right in the center of the card. Okay, and the reason that I'm doing this is because this particular leaf that we're using has a stem, and all of those stems would be going in the middle if you weren't going to cover it up with this greeting. So anyway, I was going to show you how you can mask so that you don't make a mess with the stems in the center of the wreath, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Seaside spray, and if you can remember that we're going to add 5 of each color, it'll give you some idea of how to arrange them on here. So we're going to ink this. Let me get my... we're going to ink this, and I'm going to start kind of to the top, and I'm going to take this part, this lower part with the stem, and I'm going to actually hit this with that because I only want the leaf part. And we're going to make room in between. So kind of here. I'm hitting that Post-it note. This one's going to look a little lopsided, I think. Oh, and I've already got a smudge on here. Ay. Here we go. It begins. The demons are out. I don't like it. Let's start over. Okay. It was so easy when I was doing it the other day. Don't know why it always gets to be a little wonky when you're on when you're on Facebook. Who knows? Am I gonna fit 5 here? I hope so.
There's nothing perfect about wreaths.
Yeah, I know. It isn't, but I'm trying to make it as perfect as I can for you all. Oh. Oh, I'll do 5 green. Okay, so hang on. Let me switch this up, and let's do 5 green. Yeah, you know, you go with the flow, and if it doesn't flow, it's like making lemonade out of lemons, so we're going to do that. So we're going to do Pear Pizzazz next, and we're going to squeeze those right in between the blue ones. It's supposed to be in a circle, but, you know, it's getting there. It's getting there. Well, this one it's in a circle, but it only has 4. This one has 5. Yeah, a little lopsided, but whatever. Let's put the lopsided piece on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to take this off. And so the wreath part is done. And the next piece of it would be to take your framelit, and we're going to use the larger framelit, and we're going to cut it out with the layering circle. And this is a fairly big one. I used one that was the larger one, and then the next one underneath it would be the smaller one that we're going to use for the greeting. So this is foil. This foil is the foil that comes from the Noble Peacock foil pack. Oh my Gucci, is it beautiful? This happens to be the green one, but there are other beautiful colors in there, but I chose the green. It kind of goes with the Pear Pizzazz pretty well. So I'm not going to show you to cut it out. Just know you need to cut one out, and that's going to be the back, and that's going to go in the center of this card, okay? And then the other one we're going to stamp, and I'm going to stamp it for you. This one says, "Thinking of you at Christmas," and we're going to use the blueberry bushel. And we're going to ink it up. And then we're going to take the smaller of the two circles and we would cut that out like this with your Big Shot. So by the power of video, voila, so it is done. So we're done with that, and we're going to take these two and we're going to just put them together. We're going to use snail to do that. So let me get my snail and let's put this on. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to take this and we're going to put this in the center and we're going to attach it with dimensionals. So we're going to put a couple of them on the back side. And we're going to take the liners off. What is with this thing? Jeez. Okay. And so there we go. We're going to add this to the center of that wreath. And that's pretty much it. The other two pieces are cut out with the framelit from the Stitched Be Mine Valentine hearts, all kinds of hearts in that. And it's a cute little scalloped edge. And it's a pretty long one, so you could make it actually the length of a card if you needed to. But I selected it to go across. So it's about 4 inches wide. And we're going to put this right at the edge to give it a border, so to speak. So it looks good. And we're going to put the scallops toward the wreath itself. So it's going to go on like this. Okay, and then we've got one more for the bottom. And we're going to put this at the bottom here, right at the edge, right where the card ends. There you go. Okay. Now we're going to take this whole thing and we're going to attach it to the front, and then we're going to put our ribbon on. So, no fear. When you mess up, you can always use the other side. Obviously, I do mess up, and I do use the other side a lot. So. But no one will ever know, unless you watch the video. And I'm going to make this a little bit straighter. I've got some glue on here, but I can play with that later. I'm going to put this on. Jeez. Okay. And there's the front of the card. Now we're going to do ribbon. And this is the Seaside Spray Ribbon. I was on the website yesterday, and the Seaside Spray Ribbon is no longer orderable. It is inorderable. So I'm sorry that you can't order it, but maybe there's something that you can find that would be just as pretty to go with, okay? And I'm just going to make a single bow. I'm going to wrap it around my fingers, though, because it seems like the loops always come out a little bit better when I do that. So we're going to cut a length, and if those of you have not seen me make a double bow, well, this is a single. It's pretty simple. I wrap it around my fingers. So here's the first loop, here's the second loop. This one passes over what you just done through your fingers, and we're going to come back around, and we're going to take this tail end and tuck it under. And You can do 2 loop bows like that. You can put 3 loops in it. It's all good. And then the best part is trying to get it off your fingers. And if it stays, you know you've done it right. So we're going to take this and just trim it up a little because the ends are a little frayed. So good enough. Okay, we're going to take this. We're going to find a flat part of it, and we're going to attach it with some glue dots. They are here somewhere. Here they are. Okay. And I usually put glue dot on the knot itself to hold the basis, the biggest part of it down. And then I'm going to put a glue dot on each loop, on the back side of the loop, so that it. If there's anything that's going to go wrong today, it's going to be today. Okay, let's try the loop again. All right, we're going to put one here instead of gluing it to myself and then gluing it to the front of the ribbon. I'm going to try to do it the way I've described it to you. Okay.
Mary loves all the layers in your card.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mary. You know me, I like layers. So, and hopefully, if you use the glue dot method to attach this, it should survive the constant dragging in and out of an envelope. That's okay. I'm not a bow aficionado, so anyway, it's going to be okay, and it definitely will stick. So there you go. The front of the card's done. So let's turn to the inside, and on the inside, I have another layer, which is the Seaside Spray. We're going to glue that down, and then we're also going to glue another Whisper White after we've stamped it. This Whisper White just has the corners with the leaf pattern in it. I put a blue in each corner, and then on either side of it, I put 2 green. So we're going to just make sure that we're dealing with the right color here. And I'm going to do blue first, and then wind up with green. So here's blue, and we're just going to pop it in the corner. And we're going to take this one, we're going to pop it in the opposite corner. And then we're going to clean it again, and we're going to do the green. Yeah. And we're going to put one on either side of it. And we're going to add peace and happiness with happy holidays. So for those of you, this is our class card for Tuesday. So those of you that have signed up to come to class, you get firsthand knowledge of how this goes. So you can probably do it over the weekend and show me when you come on Tuesday. So here's peace and happiness in the blueberry bushel ink. And then on top of, underneath that is happy holidays. Make sure I got it right. There you go. Maybe a little titch on the crooked side, but we're good. And we're going to add this, both layers to the inside of the card, and we are done. So I hope you like this one. Don't forget that if you need any supplies from Stampin' Up! Related to this card or any other that I'm making, you're welcome to use the host code, which is right here. This one. You can go shopping, and when at the end of your order, it will ask you, do you have a code? you pop that in, and then your sale gets to my credit. So I would appreciate it if you could do that. It's a pretty easy method for me to get credit. Yes, I know we're going to put the sparklies on last. There are sparkles on this blue. And I always do the sparkles last. It always comes last. And what we're going to do is just put a little bit on. What I've done here is, this is my handy dandy little glue thing, and it's got a very fine tip on it. What I've done here is I've mixed the Tombow white glue with a little bit of water. I find that in the original dispenser that Tombow white glue comes in, the nozzle on the dispenser is very wide. So it gives you a great big blob of glue, probably too much where you don't need it. And I'm always fighting the glue excess. So what I thought to do is just to get something that I could put glue in and make it thinner. So what we're gonna do is just follow this blue parts and all of the little branches that are sticking out here. Makes it very easy to control the amount of glue that you get. You don't really need a lot, and you don't want a lot. It takes forever to dry. And so what we're gonna do is take the glue. This is the Ice Stampin' Glitter that's available from the holiday catalog. And we're gonna add this over a little bowl so it doesn't make a mess and go everywhere. There's that one. And I find that as I do glue or glitter, a little is a lot more impactful than if you put a lot on. And what I'm finding is that, look at how that just changes the inside. I just love the way that looks. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. So anyway, you're done. The card is completed except for the smudge there that I just put because it was leaning in the wrong way. I'm human. Everybody's going to make mistakes, and you will too. But we're going to have fun making this card, and I hope that you'll enjoy trying to make this easy card yourself. I will put together a tutorial on my blog, which is barbspaperpizzazz.com, and it will be there probably over the weekend, and I will also upload this video to it so that you will have the dimensions, plus you will also see the video tutorial at the same time. So, yay, hooray for sparkles. Okay guys, well I'm done, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I hope you'll join me again next Thursday at 4 o'clock when we're going to do Facebook Live again. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.